Hey guys, welcome back to 702 Motoring in Las Vegas. You guys already know that we're very well, versed in Harley Davidson audio system installs. But we do some boats too, and we use a lot of that technology that we use in Harleys in boats. So we've got a boat here that barely fit in our shop. This is a 2022 Crest 240 Platinum. It's a pontoon boat. And let me just do something here. I'm trying to keep up with this music. And this customer here just bought this boat. It's going to be on the water. It's not going to be on a trailer. And he's going to be having some fun in it. So this boat came stock with two pairs of 6.5-inch speakers. One pair in the back, and then one pair in the front. So, just trying to keep this music up. So what we did on this boat here is we used a couple Rockford Fosgate 12-inch free air subwoofers. So they're designed to perform without an enclosure. And free air woofers sound good in the right application, and they rock in this boat, and we'll show you that here in a moment. So we're using the motorcycle technology coax horn speakers. So we've got two pairs of 6x9s and two pairs of 6.5s. Clearly that's one pair up there and one pair of 6x9s here that we cut in. We had to make those holes larger also. Back here, we added a pair of 6x9s right there, right next to the 12-inch woofers that were running free air. I'll show you that configuration in just a moment. And replace the stock location to another pair of Cerwin Vega 6.5s coax horn. Now, as you guys know, on the motorcycles, we prefer to run our horns separately from our mids so we could tune the horns separately. And the same scenario went in this boat here, but you got 4 pairs, so that's 8 speakers, so that's 16 total speakers. 8 horns, 8 mids. So we're using a Diamond Audio 8-channel amplifier, micro 88U, and for the 2 Rockford Fosgate 12s, we're using the Diamond Audio HXM 800.1D. And he has a stock Fusion radio, Bluetooth controller, and we're not going to try to change that. We're going to use it. So our configuration is in here. Now we don't have the amp fully put together, the bass amp. You'll see the screws and the plate around, because the customer, when he picks up this boat tomorrow, is going to have him listen to it and then see if he wants us to tune it a little bit differently. So on the Fusion radio, we use an Audio Control LC2 to increase the RCA signal output. Going into the Diamond Audio 8-channel amplifier up here, and the monoblock amp right here. All this is our wiring. That's all our wiring, our fuse block, ground block. We've got full marine Metra V12, 100% all copper auction free cable, aught gauge, going into a 4-gauge splitter right here, 4-gauge right into the 800.1, and an 8-gauge going right into the micro 88U. So we've got no power supply issues here at all. We've got real wire from the battery here. And go over to the wiring here a little bit. So I'm just trying to keep the song going. So we cut these 6x9s in here. It's our wiring configuration. All our way our wiring's done, it's all out of the way. Obviously, it's a boat. People will be throwing stuff in here, water everywhere. Speakers fit nice. You can hide stuff only so much, but it fits great. 6.5s, can't really see the wiring in those, so I'm not going to show those. So we got some lights that went out tonight, so it's a little harder to see. That's all the wiring here in a dual battery system. So that's our aught gauge wire right here. I'm trying to get the flashlight. This is our aught gauge into a blade fuse holder underneath there. We have a circuit breaker coming in. It's going to be delivered tomorrow. And here's our aught gauge. And then our aught gauge ground is going to be right here, going into here. So all the stock wiring is all original, other than this one aught gauge we have right here. And here is our Cerwin Vega 6.5 with the crossovers. We use crossovers to protect the horns on everything. This is our free air system right here. Look at that. What a perfect spot. It took a minute to figure out where to put it at on this boat. There's our Cerwin Vega speaker. And let me tell you that this boat rocks. This boat, this customer is gonna be pretty happy. He's not gonna have any problem listening to some music, that's for sure. And we've got a bass knob to the Diamond Audio sub amplifier right here. Real easy to get to, out of the way. No wires visible, but it is a wire. It goes right into there. Everything's right here. The volume on this Fusion raises the volume up and down on the phone also. Normally you turn the volume up on your phone and control from the radio. This turns it up and down. So I'm gonna start the song over. We'll listen to it. This boat has a little extra highs on it. We got the highs cranked up. The horns, they're cranked up because it's a boat. It's gonna be on the water. You got girls screaming, people drinking. You know, non-drivers will be drinking, and respectfully, of course. But you got a lot more outside. You're outside, so we're not in. Same thing on a motorcycle. So we have a lot of highs here, and let the customer listen to it. And if he wants to tone it down tomorrow, we'll tone it down before he takes the boat with him. But let's hear some Tom MacDonald sounds like on this boat with some New World Order. And then see what we got. All right.
Here's the problem with America. The country is broken because their minds stay closed, but their mouths stay open. Get attacked and we blame terrorists. Go broken, we blame the price. Blame racists for the racism, but only if the skin is white. If we don't need guns because we can call the police. We don't need fire extinguishers. Call a fireman, please. You didn't want to build a wall and now the border is weak. Your favorite actor has a gate that's like 15 feet. Racism is gay if you're offended, that's retarded. And tolerance is great until you speak and you're a target. If a white man paints his face black, he's a racist piece of garbage. But you put him in a dress and he's courageous and he's gorgeous. All these double standards, man, I'm tired of the noise. Freedom's an illusion if they censor your voice. Call a dad a deadbeat for neglecting his boys, but a mom kills a baby and you call it pro-choice. You act like you're so much better than us. Yeah, we know that. Who told you that you're so special? To a new world order. Your facts ain't facts without censoring us. Yeah, we know that. Good job, you lose, here's your medal. Why they hate the flag, they try to burn it to the ground. Don't do that in front of me, I'ma let off a round pow. Scream loud, burn the city down now. Put it on the news, make them all feel proud. Look, make a system where 85% of black people fill the prison. Is it cause they black or they make bad decisions? I ain't good at math, but it seems like it's division. Or is it white privilege? I believe politicians need to be locked up. Try to take our freedoms, that's how you get shot up. Got our back against the wall, try to just stop us. More guns, more ammunition, please stock up. Election gets rigged, rights get infringed. Take this syringe, frighten your kids, show up right where you live. Make me wanna grab a rifle and just go. You act like you're so much better than us. Yeah, we know that. Who told you that you're so special? To a new world order. Your facts ain't facts without censoring us. Yeah, we know that. Good job, you lose, here's your medal. To a new world order. And everyone blames white folks for every little bitty thing. We don't have no one to blame, we take responsibility. They tell you be a man, then call it toxic masculinity. Then when you act too feminine, they call it white fragility. I don't understand trans man with humility. I'm just trying to raise my kid the best of my ability. If I disagree, you try to cancel, get rid of me. You cancer, you can't be the answer, you killing me. And I hate white supremacy just as much as you, but I ain't feeling guilty for something I didn't do. The system's killing everyone, it sucks, but it's true. They kill you, then they broadcast it, call it the news. Or they'll brainwash you through social media feeds. And if you disagree, delete you immediately. Make America China pretty easy to see. I will always remember the land of the free. You act like you're so much better than us. Yeah, we know that. Who told you that you're so special? To a new world order. Your facts ain't facts without censoring us. Yeah, we know that. Good job, you lose, here's your medal. To a new world order.
All right, I'm gonna turn that up a little bit because I want to make sure it didn't clip just then and there. So let's do a little more testing.
More ammunition, please stock up. Election gets rigged, rights get infringed. Take this syringe, frighten your kids, show up right where you live. Make me wanna grab a rifle and just go. You act like you're the one to blame, we take responsibility. They tell you be a man, then call it toxic masculinity. Then when you act too feminine, they call it white fragility. I don't understand trans man with humility. I'm just trying to raise my kid the best of my ability. If I disagree, you try to cancel, get rid of me. You cancer, you can't be the answer, you killing me. And I hate white supremacy just as much as you, but I ain't feeling guilty for something I didn't do. The system's killing everyone, it sucks, but it's true. They kill you, then they broadcast it and call it the news. Or they'll brainwash you through social media feeds. And if you disagree, delete you immediately. Make America China pretty easy to see. I will always remember the land of the free. You act like you're so much better than us. Yeah, we know that. Who told you that you so special? To a new world order. Your facts ain't facts without censoring us. Yeah, we know that. The job you lose is your medal. To a new world order.
Okay, so yeah, I moved to different locations on the boat to sit different places to give you guys different experience, and man, it sounds good everywhere I sat. It made no difference. But the center is by far the most epic location where that driver is going to be driving. I mean, this boat rocks. Boats. It's funny like I have a 28-foot Nordic. It's a V-bottom boat. It's an open bow. Got 46 speakers on that boat and 5 amplifiers. It is so loud inside, but you step 1 foot out of the boat in the water and you don't hear a single thing because the sound just goes straight up. It's only in the boat. But with a pontoon boat, it's all open. It's different than a V-bottom. It's flat. All this sound is going to be heard on the outside of this man's boat. And he's going to be happy customer. So we appreciate the time. He gave us some good bit of time to work on it. The boat was a challenge. We had to run a lot of wire. And a pontoon boat, guys, it's not like a normal boat. There's no sides. There's no sides to run wires. It's all front and back locations only and underneath the boat. So yeah, it was quite a bit of a challenge. Understand we're running 8 horns and 8 mids separately, so that's 16 speaker wires going back and forth all over this boat to this amplifier, not to mention the woofer wires. So, but yeah, this is a 22 Crest Platinum 240 or 240 Platinum, and it's a beautiful boat. Customer will be very happy. So 702 Motoring, see you next time.